give me 3 projects, preferably outside the top 20, that you follow and you think are interesting to watch.
Absolutely. So 3 projects that I find particularly interesting outside of the top 20 is Umi. Umi is not a super well-known Cosmos blockchain, but Brent over there is doing some great work trying to create essentially a risk-free rate in crypto. Like, how much is one atom worth per day? And like, how do you actually define that? And they're kind of creating these whole markets around Cosmos tokens and staking with lending and borrowing. I think Umi has this really beautiful multi-chain vision. I actually just got off a conversation with Jack Samplin yesterday. Once IBC fully comes into play with multi-chain smart contract calls, I envision Umi being like the rails for lending and borrowing for all of Cosmos. And I envision that being the case in a really interesting way. It won't mean it's the only lending product. I just think it's going to be a very interesting one. I think Kajira is doing some great work with their order book model, with kind of the real yield adult DeFi narrative. What I most appreciate about them is their emphasis on sustainability. I think they're one of the first to kind of push in that direction. I'd like to think that Shade Protocol has also been a part of that movement too, but we really came at it from a privacy is sustainability standpoint, less so from like a, hey, this yield is fake standpoint. So I think we've learned a lot from Kajira and we're really big fans of them. And then the final one, this is going to be a controversial one. I'm a very big fan of Luna, specifically the community and specifically the builders that built on top of it. I think that ecosystem, and I've talked with like the White Whale team, for instance. Kajira was a post-Luna team. Mars Protocol is another like post-Luna team. I think those builders have been battle-hardened. They realized that they were part of an unsustainable ecosystem, and now they're all building with sustainability in mind. So I think history will look back on Luna and it'll say that it was a failed experiment, but we learned so much from that experiment. And I respect all of those builders that are continuing to build despite that catastrophe that happened this summer. And everyone's memory is so short, right? FTX happens, it's November, and people are already starting to feel like Luna was forever ago. But folks, that was like 4 or 5 months ago. That was not that long ago. So those are really the 3 ecosystems that I'm keeping my eye on. And then DEX-wise, another one that's coming out pretty soon is Duality. Keep your eye on those guys. It's another Cosmos chain that was recently announced. Brilliant team working on the DEX side. And then I also respect Osmosis and Crescent because they were some of the first in the Cosmos and they continued to have a lot of users and pave the way on UI UX. So I just gave you like 6 answers, but those are the ones I'm really interested in.